My mother made my child take a secret DNA test. Now I'm reporting her. That's the police coming to get you. My parents, my mother especially, have had an extreme hyperfixation on ancestry DNA for the better part of a decade. They bombard, and I mean pester the heck out of extended family members with calls and messages full of questions they can't or don't want to answer. They've even bullied a few of them into taking tests themselves. They refuse to take no for an answer and badmouth their current targets to literally whoever will listen until they cave in. Literally no one cares about this stuff but them. When my child was 6, I got an email on my phone that I wasn't supposed to see because it came to my ex's email that I didn't know was still logged in. I never got notifications for it until that day. My ex and their mother had taken my child across state lines to take a paternity test and told my child it was a secret and not to tell me. And by the way, this comes from who, Dakota?
Shoot.
I got it. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Hurt Girls. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Savannah.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says, the email was the result, 99.9%. And trust me, I also wish it was 0%, but I have a tendency to be faithful even to a bum. My child ended up telling me about a secret dentist trip they went on. They took spit from my mouth.
On a dentist trip.
And they told me my teeth looked perfect and gave me a lot of candy.
And they also told me that I am 1% Ashkenazi Jew.
I mentioned this situation only to say that my mother knows how angry I was about this because there is never a reason to have my child withhold information from me. Plus, the only reason my ex did it was because they owed the IRS and were banking on my tax return to start paying it off. Said ex passed away last year. Whoa. My mother took it upon herself to research my ex's family out of pure nosiness. She couldn't find much, so she mentioned wanting to call my ex's mother, and they literally do not know each other, to ask questions about things that genuinely aren't her place to ask about. She got mad when I told her to stop because, in her words, I'm just trying to find my grandbaby's family. They might marry their cousin. That's your worry, that she might marry her cousin?
Freak. Why'd that thought even come to mind?
I don't know. That's a lie, because whatever information she thought she could find, she would try to gossip about. She wants to find secret families across town, find out who unalived their spouse, who went to jail, that type of stuff. Lady, you're annoying. Okay, anyway, sorry about that. I was just casually told by my child that a few months back, my mother made them spit into a tube to find my other parents' family. So strange. But immediately looked like they weren't supposed to say that. I am furious. So because she couldn't be nosy the way she wanted, she went behind my back and put my child's DNA into a database I did not consent to. All because she's nosy and can't respect boundaries. On top of that, my child is well under 13, which means they shouldn't have even been able to have a test submitted. Her behavior is perpetual line crossing. My parents try to dictate how literally everyone else in the family should raise their kids, undermine everyone's authority over their own children, and think they have the final say over everything. That being said, I'm pretty sure this is illegal, and honestly, I'm tired of this ancestry stuff. Would I be the a-hole if I reported her to Ancestry and got possibly a decade of work erased? Because at this point, she just tried to play me. I fully plan on confronting her tomorrow and won't leave them alone with her anymore after this, because it's not the first time she's done something behind my back. I just wanted to know, would I be the a-hole for reporting her to Ancestry? And what do you think? Report or no report?
I mean, you can. I really don't know what they would be able to do.
Delete the data.
Yeah. But they would still, like, have it. Like, it's still...
Yes. It wouldn't actually take away the data from them, but you could say as the parent, hey, I didn't approve. And also, get rid of this lady's Ancestry account. Then she loses everything. Which, honestly, I would probably go the route of maybe police report if you really don't want her to do it again. Or this chicken.
It's not a chicken.
It's not?
Secret Agent Pigeon.
We've got an edit. I don't think you would be the a-hole if you reported because It's not even going to the police. It's literally just getting her banned from a website. Oh, and they would destroy the sample. Okay, so it would have like an actual change.
Well, then yeah, go through with it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Edit. Sorry, I'm used to speaking in a gender-neutral fashion at all times. I'm mom, ex was dad, child is still child. I don't wish my child wasn't mine. Sorry if that wasn't clear. And edit. Okay, the paternity test they did behind my back and the ancestry DNA test are two different situations. I don't care about the paternity test. That's irrelevant. I was just mad about them trying to get my child to hide it from me and was using it as a comparison because my mother knows I don't do that don't tell mommy thing. My child knows not to keep secrets and usually tells me everything, down to how big their last poop was. Lovely. If someone tries to get them to keep a secret, they usually tell me immediately, even if it mostly ends up ruining a surprise. Yeah, like someone's like, okay, we're getting your mom a really nice gift for her birthday. Like, don't tell her. And he's like, oh, I know what to do in this situation. Don't ever tell me to keep a secret from my mommy. I'm going to tell her immediately.
It's so funny because the kids I used to babysit, so bad at secrets. I mean, like, because I would, like, do stuff for the dads on, like, their birthdays or, like, for Father's Day or something. And I'd be like, yeah, we're doing this. Don't tell them anything. And I know that they have told them, like, everything. Yeah. I mean, so that's why I would never tell them things that, like, I didn't want the dads to know because I knew they would, like, tell them.
Yeah, it's got to go right back to them.
Yeah. At least they know that they're truthful, though, so that's nice.
That is good. I am deeply attracted to ice cream and mangoes, and I'm often surprised with ice cream or mangoes.
Huh?
Okay.
That's awesome. I want that.
My child is also neurodivergent and forgets a lot, but will forget something for months, and then the moment it comes to their head, it comes right out of their mouth. They know we don't keep secrets, but I do appreciate the concern, truly. And I would appreciate if you listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. Stop! That's what Dakota does to me every time I sneeze.
That was crazy. That was like almost dad level.
And nothing can be dad level.
My dad does it out the window. He rolls it down and he goes,
yeah, it's always like a shout.
It is.
It's always aggressive.
Someone, one time we were driving by and someone was like, bless you.
Yeah. But we've got a little bit left. Any final thoughts?
I mean, if you want to go forward with getting the DNA removed, sure. Go ahead. But I think this runs deeper as in like the mom doesn't understand.
She's going to keep doing stuff like
she's
this.
going to keep doing it.
Next step, PI. She's going to hunt down everyone in your ex's family and find out their lineage.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know why.
It's weird. It's really weird. But we've got a little bit left. Also, she did this purely out of nosiness. My ex's family knows their own extended family members just fine. My mother just wants to gossip about tragic passings and close relations. Since I told her not to contact them, and since she probably got stuck trying to do independent research, she decided to make my child spit in a tube because she thinks she's Henry Louis Gates Jr. I hope this cleared everything up.
That made me more confused because I don't know who that man is. Henry Louis Gates Jr. Just
I'm assuming he just like stole DNA or whatever. Last edit. I'm going to try to hold off on confronting her until I get a response from Ancestry. My only goal here is to either have my child's data removed so she can stop being nosy, or have the account removed entirely because her genealogy obsession is annoying. The ones who get it. Ciao. And that's the end of the story.
It looks like Henry Louis Gates Jr. is an American literary critic and professor, and he does this thing where he traces the genetics of famous people like Michael Douglas.
Oh, interesting.
And Lena Dunham.
Oh,
well, okay.
Are we fans of her?
she's controversial.
Lena,
Are we fans of Lena Dunham in this house?
Lena Dunham.
What's wrong with Lena Dunham?
She just has.
What
She
does
says
she
a
do?
lot. I don't know. I mean, I like her on Girls because I just watched Girls. I never finished it because
Lena Dunham was in Jurassic Park, no? Am I thinking
Laura Dern.
I was thinking of Laura Dern.
No one
I was
has
like,
a
what did
problem
Lena
with
Dunham-
Laura
I was
Dern.
so confused. I was like, what did Laura Dern do?
There are no problems with Laura Dern in this house.
Okay. That's why I was
No, Lena Dunham.
confused.
She's like
Lena
said a
Dunham.
bunch
What
of
is-
stuff. There's just like she's made claims of things that people are like,
Dunham.
no.
I don't know.
She most recently said
Who is
that.
this?
She's
Bobby
from Girls.
Fischer.
She's the main person in Girls.
I've never seen this girl in my life.
Yeah, she's all over the place. But she She said that, like, in the show, Adam Driver plays her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Who I absolutely adore. And she, like, came out and said, like, last month or something that he was, like, he would yell in her face or something and be like, you know. Like, she came up with these claims of, like, he was kind of, like, over misogynistic, like, on the show. And I was like, I mean, like, I don't want to, like, victim blame or anything, but she also has, like, said, like, a bunch of things before, like, about other things that weren't true. So I don't know, you know.
Wasn't that also, like, his whole character on the show?
Mm-hmm. Yes. His whole character on the show, it was, he's like, he's not really a great, no one in that show is a great person.
So maybe, crazy thought here, maybe someone got a little mixed up, huh?
Could be.
And that's why you're supposed to have intimacy coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
Boo.
Yeah. Christina
Boo.
says she complained about Adam, although she wrote his character that way. Like, she wrote the thing. So it's like, today's her birthday? That's so weird. Let's all call her. My stepbrother called my mother Mom, and I almost confronted him about it.
I don't know what your name is.
So I'm 18 male and never really had a father growing up. Just been me and my mom pushing through thick and thin, sicknesses and her working 2 jobs and whatnot, having very little money in general. Since I was 16, my mom met this guy and I felt pretty neutral towards him. He's a tall guy, dark blonde hair and blue eyes, with wide frame, and he seemed cool. I'd see him around a lot and met his son, 17 male, every once in a while during that time. We don't know each other that well, but I think we both knew what was going on and we were both cool with it. She might have dropped him off at school once or twice, don't even know. To make this quicker, they ended up getting married and 5 months ago they bought a new house and the 4 of us live there together now. I guess they're pretty rich because we would never have had the money to live in a place like this. Haha. I even got my own room, which is amazing. And we celebrated Christmas too and had gifts and a tree, which was a first for me at least. By the way, this comes from throwaway 7473928. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And we are here to give some good advice, goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We'd only let you know what we would do in this situation, but you should let us know what you would do down in the comments. As OP says, me and his son never really talked much besides a hi and bye, and I was okay with that. We each do our own thing and whatever, and haven't really said much to each other besides that. We see each other at dinner every day, though, and say how our days went. I feel like they make us do this so we can get a better feel for each other or whatever. I don't care for it much, but it makes sense. Sunday morning, we were having breakfast, and you know, everybody is making small talk and so on. I don't even remember what he said. I'm usually on my phone under the table, but he addressed my mom as Mom, and that's all I heard. I think he was asking my mom and his dad for something for school. I don't know. I instantly shot him a weird look, and my mom didn't even say anything about it. But we both looked at each other, which is something we do. It bothered me so much I couldn't swallow my food. He's just sitting there like, bleh. I thought I might have been hearing things until he said, Mom, can you drop me off at school early? I have a group project I need to finish. I've been thinking about this so much all last night and today. Personally, it really bothers me. Feels like he's overstepping his boundaries a ton by addressing my mom like that. I feel disrespected, almost as if he thinks he can replace me or thinks that his relationship with my mom is equal to mine, after all we've been through together. Maybe I'm just overthinking it though, but like, just because our parents are having spicy sleep doesn't mean you need to do all that. I won't put up with it. I'm the type of person who says something if I don't like something. You don't see me addressing his father as dad. I can't stop thinking about this. I've been considering confronting him about it to make him stop, or talking to my mom as a better approach since we're very close, obviously, and we even speak our native language, Haitian Creole. Did I say that right?
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Woo! Together when we're alone or even when we're around, just for a more fluid conversation considering it's what she speaks better. What do y'all think? Would I be the a-hole if I confronted him directly, or should I just talk to my mom?
OP, take a breath, swallow your food, and calm down. Go talk to your mom. Don't confront this guy about calling your mom. Like, for one, I've called teacher's mom by accident. It's like, I don't know why
I've
you're
never
all
called a
huffed and
teacher
puffed.
mom.
You've never called a teacher mom?
No. What? I've never gone to my teacher and be like, Mom.
No.
Oh.
Really? Wow. Like everyone I've known has done. Did you ever do that, Dakota?
No.
Really? Wow. Almost everyone I know has like accidentally called some sort of like authority figure mom or, dad. Wow.
Well, you went to Catholic school where they're all mothers.
I know that the kids.
Mother superior.
Yeah, they've called, like the kids have called you mom.
No. They have jokingly called me mom, and I was like, do not, because they know it bothers me. But no, they would
They've
call
never
me.
called you mom? Like by accident?
No.
Oh, well, like
No,
when I
they've never
babysat,
said, like,
babysat, like I would have
Well, they
the
also
younger
don't have
kids.
a mom, so I don't think that word doesn't like just slip out.
That's fair.
He has called me like daddy or
Yeah.
appa or whatever, but he's never like said.
Okay, so yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, like he would call me that, but I
Raven-
wouldn't like
oh, sorry.
mistake my teacher for my mom, or I wouldn't.
Wow.
I mean, I guess sometimes I would be like mom, but I meant dad.
Shawnee OP, there are people in the chat who are saying they also did it. You can't put this on me. We got Raven Run. I taught kindergarten. They all called me mom at one point or another. Christina the Greek. My daughter calls her teacher mom all the time. Van Compenator says, I still call people mom. I don't know. It's a pretty common thing. I'm surprised
I've
that
never
neither
had
of you
any
have
of
ever
my
done it.
theater students ever call me mom.
I've had people I've babysat call
Wow.
me mom. I've definitely called teacher's mom when I was in school by accident.
I don't like.
That's
to be
so
called mom.
not the point of this story, though. The point is that you need to go talk to your mom and calm down.
Yeah.
Because let's see if your mom isn't comfortable. You can have a totally different relationship with your, mom's boyfriend. That's fine. But maybe you're I don't even know. He's not your stepbrother. I don't know what he is. Whatever this guy is to you.
Well,
maybe he has a
technically
different
they
relationship.
are. They would be stepbrothers because they're married. Like they're
They're
not
married.
I thought so. I thought they were married.
I thought they were too, and then I got confused because she was like,
Yeah, because she was like,
Can we double check
like
that?
5 years.
Because I'm gonna have a
what
different
was
thought.
it? They ended up getting married, and 5 months ago they bought a new house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double down now that I remember that you all are married or they're married. OP, you're definitely the a-hole. This guy, you guys, your parents are married. This is your stepbrother, and if he feels comfortable calling your mom, that's his relationship with your mom.
Exactly. It doesn't have anything. It's not like not reflection, but it's not like a dig at you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got it. I never do that. Wow. Look at me.
it is.
My brain's
yeah.
working.
It's got
It's the
nothing to do with
raspberry
you, OP.
pomegranate. I'd call you daddy too, Kim Foyne. Yes, so they are married.
Yes.
These people are married. They've been married for, I don't know, it didn't really say, but they have been in each other's lives for a while.
Yeah. OP, go talk
And
to
they
your
live
mom.
together now. So,
Talk to your mom.
yeah, I would say have the conversation with your mom. It seems like she was kind of caught off guard as well because you said that you had that, like, look. Like, you both looked up and kind of looked at each other. So I think she also kind of knows that, but doesn't want to make it a big deal. Because you never want, like, to make that a big deal. Like, when they're like, oh, like, dad
It
or
is
whatever.
a big deal.
It's like,
Challenge
what? Stop.
Challenge him to arena-style combat.
Yeah. Whoever wins gets to call my mom.
Anyway, the verdict is a-hole.
Yeah. But she's also 16.
And there's
so.
an update. I talked to my best friend about it. We've known each other since we were 5 years old, so I trust him with these things, as he's one of the few people I know who always has my best interest at heart. I went to his house to watch the basketball games and hang out, so I asked him about it. He asked me if his son did stop calling her mom, would I like them any more than I do now? The honest answer was no. He said there's no point and they're not worth my peace of mind, and that I should just ignore it since it's not worth starting an argument over. And you know how your mom gets. Haha. He's right, honestly. Me and my friend agreed that since we're going to college in a bit anyway, and we'll be dorming together, which will be so fun, I should just move on and look forward because we have plenty of things to look forward to, and I won't even be in the same house as them for a while.
Good friend. Smart friend.
He also said that if I ever get angry or annoyed, I can just come sleep over and we can hang out, which is always fun. We ended up having tons of fun. I slept over and he helped mend my anger and solve the issue. So I ended up just saying nothing. To wrap this up, these things always end up being longer than I want them to be, LOL.
Okay, well there you go. Non-issue. Your friend saved the day.
Yeah, I think it was good to just be like, I should keep this to myself rather than like making this a whole thing and then everyone has to focus on it. And then, you know, then having your stepbrother, you know, overthink it and be like, should I not say it? You know, like that would just cause a big issue with vibes, I'd say.
And honestly, I will say I think OP's 18, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Like teenager.
Yeah.
Honestly, I will say pretty mature of you to have handled this in this way. Because yes, did you overreact in a Reddit post? Yeah. But you didn't take that out on anyone, and you went to a person that you trust and you say, hey, like, what's your thoughts on this? You got their feedback and then realized, you know what? It's not a big issue. So like, very mature way of handling it. Like taking the time is always good.
But that's the end of that story. And we got another one coming right up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I refuse to let my mother-in-law spend the night because I know she'll never leave.
This isn't a bed and breakfast and beyond.
My 31 male wife's 32 female mother wants to move in with us. My wife bought a single wide for her and her mother, 3 brothers, all younger, and a younger sister too, back when she was around 20. Nothing special, just a place for them all to live where the lot space was being rented. Fast forward to now, and we finally bought our own place for her, myself, and our newborn. We've been living alone together for about 3 months now, and it's been heaven. By the way, this comes from No Rice, 3484. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm on fire right now.
And that's Savannah.
I'm Savannah.
And I'm Dakota.
And he's not on fire. But we've got fire advice. And we do it goofily. But if you have even better advice, put it in the comments. And we'll compare. Opie says, her sister moved out of the home 2 years ago and rents an apartment. And one of her brothers also moved out and lives in government housing with his partner and 2 kids. Okay. Her other brothers are 24 and 27, and they stayed in that single wide my wife had bought. A couple days ago, the landlord informed them that they needed to move out because he was going to build apartments on the lot. They have 2.5 months to move. Yikes. It's got to be some sort of legal thing you can do there, right? No one? My mother-in-law has been asking my wife if she can move in with us. The house is in my name due to a credit issue when we purchased the home, since someone in her family used her credit cards and ruined my wife's credit. My wife doesn't want to tell her mom no, but we both agree we don't want her moving in for many reasons. Primarily because we just moved in and have a strong relationship and feel her mother would affect that. Plus, I like walking around in my underwear if I please, as it's our home.
Oh, I love that. I love walking around completely unclothed. That is so nice. And I remember when I would have people at my house like staying for like a week, I'd be like, I can't just like do this. Annoying.
I told my wife that I have no problem telling her that she's not moving in. Am I the a-hole for not allowing her a place to live? And there is an update, but what do you think?
I feel like I'm missing parts of the story. Like,
what parts?
I feel like I'm missing parts. Like, so the wife bought like all this.
So the wife bought a trailer where all of her family lived. Some of them have moved out, but some of them are being.
This must be a big trailer.
Yeah, it was like a wide trailer. The wife bought this trailer.
Yeah.
Which she called a wide. That's why it was a little confusing. And they all lived there until some of them moved away. Wife moves in with OP into this apartment that OP is renting. Wife's family still lives in trailer, but are now being kicked out of trailer park.
And the mother-in-law wants to come and live in the apartment with them. Okay, got it.
I don't think that you should let your mother-in-law come live with you. Maybe we can try and help her out in some other way. Help her find a place to live.
I mean, why does she want to live with them? Because she doesn't want to live by herself, or
I think she just needs a place to live.
She just needs a place. Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then, you know, maybe someone can help her out, like other family members.
Yeah. Can't anyone else help?
Yeah.
Update. I posted about a month and a half ago about how my wife and I bought our first house, and my mother-in-law showed up one day saying she's staying the night while I was at work on night shift. So again, OP does own the house.
Okay.
I came home to see her sleeping on my couch. Well, that morning I came home pissed because she came over unannounced while I was away and just made herself at home on my couch again. To top it off, they had a family birthday dinner planned that same evening that they wanted to hold at my house, but my wife and I had already said no. Well, I walked in and found 3 big pots of food that I'd been cooking overnight, which my wife didn't notice because they began cooking after she went to bed. I'm immediately taking all of that stuff and throwing it out.
Oh, well, I wouldn't throw it out. I would just be like,
I put it outside.
yeah, I'd be like, guys, what are you doing? This isn't your place. You know?
I'm kicking them out immediately. One reason I knew they were planning on having their party there too was because of the way my driveway is set up. It's last car in, first car out, and she parked in my driveway with room for me to come in behind her instead of parking on the street. That meant she was planning on staying for a good while after I got home from work. I walked in and the mother-in-law all innocently said, "Good morning," while again sleeping on my couch. I was pissed but didn't want to blow up, so the first thing I said was, "What do you think this is? A hotel? What's with the sleepover?" To which she says, "It's because it's a lot more comfortable here than in our apartment," which she shares with 3 adult sons. I proceeded to make myself some dinner, turning on all the lights in our open space kitchen and living room area and pouring myself a drink to make her as uncomfortable as possible. I sat there eating and drinking, and remember, this is my after work time at 6 a.m., while she lay on the couch looking more and more uncomfortable. After I finished, I grabbed a bunch of dirty dishes she had left, threw them in the sink, and went over to have a conversation with her. I told her I never wanted her spending the night, that this wasn't a hotel, and to not be coming over to make a mess in my kitchen. She could visit her grandkids and daughter whenever she wanted, but could not spend the night, and to respect my house. I then went into my bedroom where I heard her and her mother get up, pack their stuff, and get out. After that, they began a war against me, telling my wife that I kicked them out, told them to never come around, and that they weren't allowed to see our kids. They went on a week-long tirade to my wife, trying to convince her to leave me. She went so far as to tell my wife, who we've been dating and married for a combined 12 years, that if she didn't leave me, I would end up being harmful towards her. What the heck? This mother-in-law is a piece of work.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you just have to sit down and have a conversation, but also, like, why is she just talking to OP and his wife? Why doesn't she go to the other,
I don't know,
like, sons?
Like, well, there's 3 sons that are all living together, and she doesn't like that place. And there are other children, I believe, that had different living situations, and she apparently is not reaching out to anyone else.
And the ones in the trailer that are going to be moving out.
Well, I think they already moved out.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they got moved out.
Oh.
To top it off, I found out that they actually had their bags already waiting in their cars, so they were planning on staying with us for 3 months. And I hope that you stay around and listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. We've got a little bit left to this story. Any final thoughts?
I agree with Purple Axolotl. Change the locks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, if she's just like, get in there. Also, I would put up like security, maybe like put up some cameras or something and just be like, hey, not cool. We're actually locking you out. And if you come on our property, there's going to be an issue.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Unfortunately, it has come to this because you couldn't listen, could ya, mama?
But we got a little bit left. It's been a month now, and I have to say it was so worth it. My mother-in-law has come over 2 times since then, spending no more than 3 hours combined. The best part is she's so scared of me right now that I might punt her out again. It's been paradise. Ever since she told my wife all those lies, her true colors came out, and my wife's eyes were open to how manipulative my mother-in-law is. My wife was just in the other room, and she already knew what I was going to tell her mom, since she heard every word. We just spent Christmas with my family, but came home early to our home and enjoyed family time with just our kids, and it was the best Christmas we've had in a long time.
Aw.
I'm glad that's sorted. Someone in the chat asked, how is she, getting in so many, all these times? And I'm wondering if she had a key or something, and that's my question. And if so, you should probably change the locks.
Yeah. But I'm glad you got everything kind of situated, though.
Yeah, you've sorted it all out. I love that.
It's working. It's working.
But that's the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
My fiance wanted my brother to dress up for our wedding. I just wanted him to show up.
You can wear whatever you want, if you're there.
I am getting married in September, and I would like my brother to come, but he is particular. I've always suspected he was on the spectrum, but our parents really never believed in that stuff. I was talking with my partner and told her I really want my brother to come and not the chameleon brother.
Huh? The person who like
Hey, Zootopia 3! Threetopia! Zoothrepia!
I really was thinking like they were bringing a chameleon.
Yeah.
And I was
I don't
like,
want the chameleon to come.
I don't want the chameleon brother to come. I want the human one to come.
Yeah, you always bring him.
You always bring the chameleon. Why can't my real brother come? I want my brother, not the person that does what is needed to fit in. I don't want him to feel the need to mask who he is. She is not exactly keen on this because it is a wedding and feels like he should do it for her sake. I told her he 100% would, but that is not the brother I want with me on my big day. I want my brother, the one who was my rock after dad passed when I was younger, the one I played games with, one who taught me to skateboard, etc. My parents think I am a pushover with my brother. I let him slide so he can be comfortable. We also have a no-shoe policy, but my brother has always been weird about his feet. So I always give it a pass, but she gets annoyed.
I would get annoyed about that. But if it was a constant thing...
Sophia's ableist.
Whoa, I wasn't done. What about my abilities? It bothers me.
What about my abilities?
No, if this was like a constant thing, or like someone really just couldn't take it off and I knew that it would bother me, I would either give them specific shoes to wear that were inside shoes, or I would give them those little like cover-ups like the cleaners wear.
I think the whole thing
like
is he doesn't want to take off his shoes.
Yeah, but then I would just give him those little booty things that you put on. You
Well,
know
I
what I'm
think
talking
like he wouldn't want to take off his shoes.
He doesn't
because
have to
then
take off
his
shoes.
Oh, you would give him stuff to put on over.
the thingies that you put over your shoes so that you don't, like when you go and like tour houses or whatever. That's what I would do.
We did not grow up taking our shoes off in the house, but I will clean after he leaves. But I get it from a general perspective. All of this should be easy for someone, and it is not like he would not comply or conform, but I notice when he finds himself in such situations, he is different. By the way, this comes from Wedding Dress Code 2296, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to tell you some stuff about the story, but we don't have all the answers. But you should tell us what you would do, because we're going to tell you what we're doing right now. As OP says, remember one day while playing games, he told me that he really does appreciate me because I am one of the few people in his life he feels comfortable being himself.
Aw, you have a really great relationship with your brother. Love that. That's really cute.
That meant a lot to me, and I don't want him to ever feel he has to be someone else to take part of being in my life. My partner is trying to make this a hard line, and I am on the fence. I know if I ask my brother to come in wedding attire, he 100% would. But on the same token, while it is my brother, I know at the core he would be very uncomfortable. He will most likely wear what he normally does, very casual wear. I told her that this is really my only ask out of the wedding. I get it is her big day, but it is also mine. She feels I am slightly trying to make this about me, in which I told her that is hilarious.
I wonder if there's some sort of like compromise that can be made here. Because I see where she's coming from. You know, if he's a prominent member, you know, she wants everyone to be dressed up and stuff.
I think it's just for like pictures. Like everyone's going to be dressed up but him. And then it's like, oh yeah, he couldn't get dressed up, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, if he doesn't feel comfortable and he's obviously on the spectrum or whatever, who cares? Why is it, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I want you to be there, not this other version of yourself.
I would say my advice would be maybe compromise for you guys. He comes as he likes, you know, he's comfortable and stuff. And then for the pictures, he changes, which, you know, you don't really have to be comfortable for pictures, right? I don't know. So he has like maybe 20 minutes where he's in this uncomfortable wear and then changes right back. Because if you said he could do it, he just wouldn't be comfortable on
That's
himself.
true. Yeah,
like,
maybe
for the pictures.
Maybe just change for the pictures and stuff. But I mean, in other
pictures,
obviously it would look different. But like, you know, he's probably just in the background. I truly don't believe it's really that big of a deal. But
I don't either.
There's an update. First, no, he is not a groomsman. He is not part of any of the official stuff like that. Just a few things because stuff has gotten slightly out of hand, in my opinion. First, we have tried slippers and covers and sneakers of his choosing. Throughout the evening, he would zone out and hyper-focus on his feet and shoes, mumbling to himself like something is off. He was just off. Like I said, he has always been weird about his feet ever since we were children. This is a man who has always been extremely meticulous with his attire. LOL, he used to do his own laundry as a kid because our mom could never get the clothes the way he wants. Don't even get me started with folding. I shared a room with this man for my entire childhood. Fun times. Secondly, I have asked him to get tested as an adult and have even offered to cover the cost. I cannot force him to get tested, for he has been this way his entire life, and a diagnosis will not change who he is. He will still be himself. He is genuinely pretty good at hiding it when he wants to, and when he is a social
Social nerd. We're almost through this sentence.
Here, you do it, and I'll read it.
Yeah.
Ready? You just move your mouths. When he wants to hide it, he is genuinely very good at it. When he is in the social norm version of himself, no one is the wiser. In moments, he does crack, but for the most part, he can carry the illusion very well.
And that was a reading by Dakota.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
That was literally me. I just change my voice sometimes. As he told me, getting tested is not going to change anything. While I do agree he is wrong, he thinks the ship sailed to get him the help he needed many years ago. Also, a factor that if he gets tested and it is true, he would grow to resent our mom and possibly even me because he was the older brother. He had a responsibility to step up after our dad passed away. It was not some overly traumatic event. Our dad was kind of useless anyways, and in certain ways it was more peaceful. But generally speaking, I know me being born made this hard. Our parents probably should not have had kids, but they could have gotten by with one. Two just broke them. I was younger, so it probably hit him even harder because he got to know the dad I never got to know. The actual father figure. That is why I don't push therapy or getting tested. It is not my place to do so, and we all have our demons, and he is not willing to face them. Who am I to say otherwise? I am not a betting man, but after everything I have seen with him, I would bet everything I own that he is 100% on the spectrum. Lastly, for the comments of me treating him like a child, I know him. He would set himself ablaze for our mother or I. I don't like seeing him stuffy or out of place. He will always be my brother, and I know the difference when he is following social norms and when he is not. 'Cause it was the best way I could explain it. They are vastly different people. He has told me how much he hates that he feels like he cannot be himself around others. He is a 36-year-old man that has no interest in dating. His idea of a fun evening is being home playing old games. That is the self he wants to be, but he knows that self cannot pay bills or hold down a job. He has to play the game for him to have those freedoms. I don't want him to ever feel like he has to put on an act to be around me or my family. I want the brother that has lightsaber duels in our backyard even as adults. Having Nerf wars as two grown men. Most of them he cannot be himself. He has to be someone else. I just want to be one of those people in spaces where that is not the case. So yes, my brother is a 36-year-old man-child, but he is still my brother and I cannot change that, and I don't want to.
Just need to really pause that. I think your relationship with your brother is awesome. Just like really is really beautiful, and I think show your fiance this post, or at least that part of, you know, explain to her exactly what you just told us of why it is important to you that your brother be free to wear what he want to wear. And hopefully she understands that. And if she doesn't, then does she care about your brother in the same way that you need her to?
Yeah. I think that truthfully, she should be able to be okay with him being himself.
Yeah.
Because I understand you want everything to go your way, but I would also have a sense of like responsibility to be like, actually, I want everyone here to be comfortable, not just everyone, not him.
Yeah.
All of that aside, I did speak with my brother earlier this evening. I explained to him the situation. He said he would dress up to fit in, but will probably leave after the wedding ceremony.
Oh.
That is his prerogative. I told him he would only have to dress up for the ceremony and then he can change afterwards. I did ask what I could do and he said nothing. He knows that she would be happier if he was not present anyways, which broke my heart and was kind of true.
Oh, I don't know if I would want to do this if my partner wasn't on the same page about my sibling.
Oh,
And he knows it. He knows it.
wait, this kind of breaks my heart as well.
Hey, Listen says, will she be like this if their children are on the spectrum?
Yeah.
Yeah, she totally could be.
It seems like OP has a great understanding and
Yeah.
has done like the research and has
Yeah.
always been like a big advocate for his brother, which is fantastic. That's
Amazing.
great.
Yeah.
And I hate that if it's not happening to one person, they don't see how that has shaped him as who he is today. Him just being himself has made him a better person as well. So,
Absolutely.
but obviously she didn't grow up with that. She doesn't know, whatever, but I don't know. I brought up Mom's church and how he goes to those without issue, and he told me it was because none of them really care. He said, sure, he runs into some people that give weird looks, but overall, everyone is warm and welcoming. At least he has that. By the way, you can have full episodes of stories just like this. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, or your favorite podcast app, and just search up OK Storytime. Ugh, this is breaking my heart.
Yeah.
I love the relationship between OP and his brother. I think
Yeah.
that's like something that is out of this world. But I also like really don't like how other people are not understanding of him.
Yeah, like your
And that really-
parents don't recognize
Yeah.
it. Your fiance doesn't recognize it. You know, it is both amazing that you are there and also sad that you're seemingly the only one.
Yeah, and you want him to be there. And you want him to feel comfortable. And you're literally trying any way possible to find like something that is a compromise.
Yeah.
But OP, there also, you have to be open that there might not be one.
Yeah.
Might not be a compromise here because he also feels guilty.
Yeah.
If people are wondering, I did ask for clarification regarding the clothes. It is not about the feel, but what they represent, which brings on that feel on not feeling wanted and strong sense of discomfort in which he proceeds to put on the act that will protect him from those feelings.
No, man feels things, man masks. Man stops from feeling bad feelings.
There you go. He explained to me that being that way takes a lot out of him. He told me if he would feel more like a work function or obligation versus what it should be a party and a moment to celebrate my big day. LOL. Way he finally explained it, wearing clothes for a certain purpose in mind feels like he's trapped and isolated. My greatest fear is that he is not going to feel welcomed in our home anymore, but we will cross that bridge if it comes to it. I guess in his perfect world, people would just be okay with how people are no matter what, but that is not reality. As many said, the wedding is not about me. It is about my future wife. It is about her moment to shine, so I will let her shine. It is late, but wanted to make the update before I went to bed and everything was fresh in my mind. And even with it fresh, it is still kind of a mess. I hope it makes sense overall.
Definitely take a little rest. Maybe edit it. But overall, yes. Yeah, I think talk to your wife, your fiance again, but not a great sign. Not a great sign.
Yeah, kind of a red flag that
Yeah.
she isn't willing to make him feel comfortable.
Yeah,
as well.
absolutely. Big red flag.
But none of my business, I guess. I liked the story. The story structure was really pissing me off.
But that's the end of that story and the end of the episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
Living with my mother-in-law is unbearable. So we moved out.
Good idea.
We were supposed to buy a property from my in-laws so we could live next door and have a larger property. They kept delaying from April to July to August to September to December to January and then this February. By the way, this comes from user Sleepy Blonde. And if you want to submit your own stories, go do it at the r/OK Storytime subreddit. We moved in with them while listing our home in July. My sister-in-law and her boyfriend had a notice to vacate, 90 days, and had known since October of last year that they were supposed to be out. They didn't leave, and my mother-in-law waited 2 months to file the eviction after the vacate ended because that was the absolute longest, claiming sister-in-law needed more time. They spent that time ripping the copper out of the old house. We could watch from the in-laws' house. Mother-in-law would write a note page of complaints and yell at us about once a month. She wanted $800 a month for us sleeping on her couch while
That's
she was
insane.
intentionally dragging out the purchase. We were doing all of the cooking, the cleaning, and shopping for all food and household supplies. We didn't want them making money off of us while they were holding things up. They'd even have less reason to move things forward. During one of mother-in-law's yelling fits, she was angry she had to do the dishes twice in 4 months, and was angry I didn't assume she expected me to buy her $150 a month protein shakes, and was mad my husband was helping with our kids when he got home. According to her, he should have uninterrupted hour. I work from home while watching our young kiddo and baby. My husband loves doing his part and splitting the work when he gets home, so we were both confused. It's like, yeah, lady.
You can't spend time with your child.
My sister-in-law turned the property into the worst homeless camp you've ever seen. Acres of trash, dismantled appliances, busted vehicles, VINs covered and no plates, so most likely stolen, and the shop was filled with garbage, needles, little plastic baggies, stolen credit cards, an ID, and my AAA card.
Not your AAA card.
At first, sister-in-law said she had no idea how any of the cards or substances were there. She had substance abuse issues for years and lost custody of her kids years ago. Then she said, oh, well, we pick up needles at parks because everyone that picks up needles scatter them by their bed, right? No, they don't do that. And also, don't pick up needles at the park. Call somebody. Then mother-in-law wanted us to sort through the mountain of trash and let sister-in-law have a keep pile on the property that she could access, which would be 1 acre of trash. We said no. Mother-in-law threatened to take away acreage and charge the same price. Find a different house now, guys. She also said she could take anything of ours and wake us up whenever she wanted, because if we're in her house and our stuff is in her house, she can take what she wants and do what she wants. Father-in-law disagreed quietly, told us no rent, and he'd try to get things moving along. Mother-in-law wanted to demand rent again, yelling at us, telling us our kids and us are our responsibility. Then all sorts of crazy things, like how she thinks our oldest kiddo was wasted one morning, which no, and how he's going to end up in jail. He is just a typical 4-year-old.
What is this?
She criticized our parenting. She's gone 10 to 10, 5 days a week, and then gone a lot on the weekend, so how would she even know? We wake up at 10 a.m. and go to bed by 8:30, so she barely saw us. She was mad I would take breaks from parenting while my husband was home. We decided we were done and moved back into our home a few hours away. She tried to demand we bring the kids over a few days later. We said no. Now she's telling my husband, it's sad you don't have equal parenting rights with her. She's trying to alienate you. You guys are using your kids as weapons against me. Blah, 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 blah. No, you just suck.
God.
She's playing it like she's the victim. She's a professional victim who's never wrong and crying to anyone and everyone about how awful I am. How dare I delete her from Facebook? If I wait too long, it hasn't even been 2 weeks, I might not be able to come back from this. This nut job has no power over us, and she's losing her mind. After my husband gets the last of our things in a few days, we are fully done with her. The excuses that she made for sister-in-law were wild. She said I must have left my AAA card there. I'd never been on that property. It was stacked with the other stolen cards on her bedside table, and she had to have stolen it from my purse before her boyfriend moved in because of the expiration date. Tried getting sister-in-law to cuddle our kids, yet she smelled like some kind of substance, was not showered, and had blackened hands.
Oh my God, no.
She laughed when sister-in-law made joking insults at me, like about our kids possibly not being my husband's and other jabs, and made excuses for sister-in-law, who is, by the way, actively ruining that property next to her and is in the middle of a substance abuse problem, taking our plates of food that we dished up and then leaving me the dishes. I cooked family style. She could have plated her own. Not that I wanted to share the food that I bought and cooked with someone that stole from me and trash talked me, but taking my plate as well is crazy. They are so upset that they don't have any power over us, and their sad meltdowns make me laugh. Going into 2025 free from that wacko and her leeching, substance abusing daughter. I'll miss father-in-law. He is spineless, but otherwise an awesome guy. Hope to get together with him sometime soon. And there's an edit.
John, you've been dancing a lot.
I'm going to give you a live demonstration, and you're going to see it too.
Show me those hips. Oh, damn. That is a good move. But you know what is also an amazing move?
What is that, Sam?
Becoming an OK Storytime member.
Yeah, that's freaking right. We have 60 plus hours of exclusive live streams on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
And it's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Well, let's get back to the story.
Another fun time she yelled at us was because I put a bike lock on our second fridge. They gave it to us and then wanted it back, but let us use it. All the food in it was food I purchased, including everything to make a Thanksgiving dinner because she asked me to, and she had to work on actual Thanksgiving. The reasons for the lock are that 1, my kiddo loves to feed food from the fridges to the dogs, and 2, sister-in-law would come over and raid our stuff. She'd fill a grocery bag. Mother-in-law lost it. Woke us up at 11:30 p.m., threatened to unplug the fridge if I didn't take the lock off, and then went on another yelling rampage, including being angry that I didn't clean out the sink drain strainers after doing all of their dishes after she trashed the kitchen. Edit number 2, so what we were buying was nearly 7 acres in Washington in a highly desirable area with all utilities. You can't build there now because of the tribes unless grandfathered in, which this was. We were going to be spending over $700,000, but it would be worth $1 million when done. Actually, more than $1 million. The neighbors are doctors, business owners, and the in-laws. You can't find a buildable property this size in that area. My husband would have been 7th generation, kids 8th. I'm 5th generation, King Snohomish County. This would have been our chance to build a massive home on acreage with space to have our kids, or us for them, build homes, gain instant equity, and be in the middle of our friends and family. The schools are fantastic, the shopping and entertainment is great, and the country versus city life is balanced. We'll buy it out of foreclosure when that time comes. And there is an update.
Woo!
Update. My husband went off to his folks' place recently to get more of our stuff. Should have the rest in one more trip. He asked his dad if he could stop by to grab things, and that was all good. His folks weren't home, but showed up right as he was getting ready to leave. My husband and his dad chatted like normal. We always had truck talks where we would chill around father-in-law's truck and everyone would just have a drink and father-in-law would take a little smoke and it was just a great time. Just relaxing. Have a little vent or whatever. Nice casual or deep conversation. So there's a wide spectrum of truck talk activities. Mother-in-law came out after being inside and went off about how I'm trying to tear my husband away from his family and create division. No, you. How she has nothing to apologize for and is a victim to my wrath. Okie dokie. My husband shut her down hard. Yes. Said she's a bully. Leaving wasn't a decision I made on my own, and that I've suggested family therapy, I did, to work on having a healthy relationship. He told her she's behaved like a narcissist and playing the victim, and it's making having a relationship with her hard. Father-in-law was immediately open to therapy. Mother-in-law asked, who's going to pay for that? My husband said, let's go 50-50. She then responded, okay, but your wife needs to pick the therapist so she doesn't complain if I choose one. My question here is, should I go see a therapist solo or discuss the viability of family therapy? I suggested it, so I feel like I should follow through, but she keeps acting like I'm a horrible person and our current lack of relationship is my fault, claiming I'm using the kids as a weapon because I'm currently no contact with her, so I'm not bringing them to her house, texting her back, or sending her photos. She's mad I blocked her on Facebook because she can no longer view the albums of the kids I have. I blocked her because after deleting her, she could still see photos by being friends with my husband. She started friend requesting all of my relatives, and my sister, who adds everyone, told me mother-in-law was liking every post and photo on her profile, which is hundreds of posts and pictures, and I thought that was a bit creepy. Yeah, that is weird. I feel like blocking and ignoring her is the best way to go for my sanity, and I'm happy without any relationship with her, since she's made comments to my kids like, your daddy doesn't know who he's talking to. What? And my oldest has been injured twice while she watched him. She's only watched him without my direct supervision, maybe 4 times. So that's a 50% fail rate. I don't trust them with her without me. That's fair.
Very.
Very fair. And by the way, it's also fair if you listen to full episodes with stories like this. And it's super easy to do it. Just go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, go where beep, boop, pop, go to your a podcast platform of choice and do a little type.
Any.
Blah, 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 blah. This is okay story time.
Mm-hmm.
My husband supports whatever I want to do 100%. I know he's disappointed, but he puts the blame on his mom. Father-in-law and I were BFFs, and he's been respectful. I'm sure we can have a great relationship without mother-in-law, but it would be different. Is family therapy a good idea? I know it's recommended to not go to therapy with abusers, so I'm not sure. I want my kids to have a healthy relationship with all of their grandparents if possible. It's not like I actually wanted no relationship when I was working so hard to buy the property next door. I'm not sure if she actually knows better or is that delusional. Makes me worry therapy is pointless. And I would agree.
I think that you could maybe tell her like, hey, you need to go to individual therapy, or you can't have a relationship with these kids.
Could
I
be.
feel like family therapy works more if you got like an immediate family. Like with the immediate family, I don't
feel
know
like
if it's necessarily.
Have your husband maybe go with her?
Yeah,
or
I
like
think
make
that
it
would
just
make
a
a little
thing
bit
where
more
you're not
sense.
involved.
I don't know
So
why
you're not there as
necessarily
like
have to be
just
there.
a target that
Like a
she can
punching
just
bag.
like wail on like
Yeah.
in therapy, and then you also have your husband there who can like stand up and be like, hey, actually, as her husband, I know that was a lie.
Yeah.
Why would you try to lie about my wife like that?
Why are you trying to lie about my wife?
Yes. But you know what? That's the end of that story. And
That's the
no lie
end
right
of
there.
that story.
We refused to invite my sister-in-law's boyfriend's daughter to our child-free wedding. They were furious.
Well, it's child-free, ma'am.
I, 29 female, and my fiance, 29 male, get married in July of 2025. We sent our invitations out fairly early because we are limited on numbers for the day ceremony and wanted the chance to bump the evening guest up who we have wanted there if we had the space and money was no object. By the way, this comes from Helpful Arrival 33, and if you want to submit your own stories, please go to r/OK Storytime subreddit. We have opted for a no children wedding with the exception of our 2 beautiful children, our niece and 4 nephews, and our own friends, 6-month-old, who are traveling all the way from Oregon to the UK for our big day.
Wait, so there's like we're having no children, but we're having children.
I am an only child, but my fiance has 3 sisters, 2 older and younger one. The eldest sister, let's call her Karen, has been in a relationship for the last year with her boyfriend. Let's call him Jeff. On initially meeting Jeff, he seemed all right, fairly quiet, and not the extrovert like my fiance's family, but I had put that down to him being new in the family. I am an only child and can confidently say coming into this family can be a little overwhelming, but I love them all. A little backstory, in October of 2023, we went out to celebrate my soon-to-be father-in-law's 60th birthday. We went out for a meal and then to an underground piano bar that had live music and a fun vibe. At the beginning of the meal, my fiance and I were one of the first to arrive, and I had found myself a seat. My fiance's dad chose to sit next to us. My fiance lived with his dad when his parents divorced, and it's pretty obvious that he is their dad's favorite child. When everyone else started arriving, I got up to say hello to all my in-laws and catch up. Karen walked over to my seat where my coat and bag were and said loudly, "I'm gonna sit here!"
You just scared everyone.
And moved my belongings further down the table. She has main character syndrome, MCS, main character syndrome,
Yes.
and wanted to be next to her dad to make his birthday about her. I was a little taken back as I've always gotten along with all of my fiance's family, and said, I guess I'll move then. Probably slightly passive-aggressive, but I'm a Capricorn and can never hide how something makes me feel. Karen ran up to my fiance and said, "Your fiance has been so effing rude to me. You better have a word with her." To which my fiance came up to me and asked me, "What happened?" I explained what had happened, and he rolled his eyes when we sat down at the end of the table. The food ran behind. We were going to be late for our reservation at the piano bar, so I offered to walk ahead and grab the tables for everyone. Eventually, everyone arrives at the piano bar, and Karen and Jeff are being so cold to me, won't talk to me, and sit, keeping themselves to themselves, whilst everyone else is socializing and enjoying the celebrations. After 30 minutes, they quickly leave without saying goodbye. When we tried to find out where they were, they said that Jeff has problems with his ears and the music is too loud. So they went upstairs where it was quiet, except when we went to check, they weren't there.
A suspicious lack of existing where you should be. That's interesting.
We didn't hear from them for the rest of the night until Karen started witching and moaning that we didn't check on them and everyone was too busy being around moi. On the way home in the taxi, my father-in-law told me that Karen has been saying that she never really liked me anyway, and that my fiance and I won't last. I was really hurt by these comments because I love my fiance and I love his family like my own. In the following days and weeks, this caused a lot of drama in the family. My fiance backed me and told his sister she needed to apologize to me and that she cannot talk to me or about me like that. Eventually, everything gets squashed, or we just thought. Karen and Jeff continued making snide comments, but we chose to rise above it. Fast forward to April 2024.
John, we're going to get back to the story, but I got to tell you, I've been loving these pearls that I got in Colombia.
You are a delicious beaded man now.
I do feel more confident at the very least, but I think these pearls pale in the amount of confidence an OK Storytime membership can get you.
That's right. You get 60 plus hours a month of exclusive live stream content. That's advice that'll make you the best version of yourself.
And it's only $5 a month, so go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join.
Crack open that oyster and get the blues. But let's get back to the story.
My fiance and I had just landed back from Monteago after going away for a little baby moon. I was pregnant with our second child at this time, and World War X had begun. We were receiving calls and texts from all different family members saying that Karen and Jeff and my fiance's mom and her partner had a falling out. Okay, still to this day, we have no clues what it was all about. Karen was demanding that we take her side. We simply told her that it's nothing to do with us and we would not be falling out with anyone when we haven't been in the country or know what has even happened. For reference, Karen loves drama and over-exaggerates everything. Jeff was calling my future mother-in-law and her partner's names. He hadn't even met them, and I think it became a game of who could defend themselves best. Karen stopped speaking to her mom and her partner for several months because of Jeff. Wow. I thought Jeff was a nice guy initially, but seeing how he made comments about family members he didn't even know, and also noticing his controlling behavior, I was a little wary of him. Fast forward to a few months ago when my fiance received a message from Jeff saying that he couldn't attend the wedding as he had his daughter that weekend. We had never met his daughter. My fiance said it was a shame, but do not worry. Then Karen messaged saying we should just invite his daughter to the wedding. My fiance politely said no, as we had never met her and that it was a child-free wedding apart from the few exceptions.
No, you just don't say that. You can't say it's a child-free wedding. Just say no.
Yeah.
Just be like, nah, that's a stranger's.
It's not a child-free wedding when there are 8 children at this wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
to be like,
stop using that as an excuse. It's not an excuse.
I think they thought, oh, let's just say it's a child-free wedding so we can be non-confrontational about this.
Yeah, it's like you just need to be like, the only kids at the wedding are like close family, so no.
Karen continued to go on, saying we were being unfair and that why we should let our friend bring a 6-month-old baby, but her boyfriend couldn't bring his daughter. My fiance tried to explain that it would be unfair because even though I have no siblings, I do have cousins who have children that we are very close to and aren't invited to the wedding. This all led to us being blocked by Jeff. I have to add that he's 49 but acting like a 14-year-old. I understand it's my fiance's sister's boyfriend, but given the drama that has come with them being together, I don't want that atmosphere on our big day. Jeff has known about our wedding for over a year and could have easily have swapped weekends with his daughter's mom if he wanted to be there. He chose not to because my daughter will be confused why she's not invited to a family wedding. I will add that if they had been together for a longer period of time and we had met his daughter, she would have been invited. But to include his daughter now would mean having to uninvite someone else due to capacity. And they also have a capacity limit. Karen and Jeff are now talking to my mother-in-law, but refuses to talk or be around her partner, which is already bad enough, and has threatened to call the police on him. We still have no idea what's going on, as we have chosen not to get involved, but I will clarify my mother-in-law's partner is not abusive to her. He's a brilliant man. Jeff has called the whole family deluded and does not seem to actually want to be involved in this family. So, are we the a-holes for not inviting Jeff's daughter to our child-free wedding?
No, but also you're an a-hole for continuing to call it a child-free wedding when it's just not.
Yeah.
It's not that. That's not what it is.
You have a capacity limit and you invited your closest family who have children, and that's fine. Edit just to add, yes, I have realized having immediate family's children attending is a little controversial. 2 of them are Karen's sons. Our children, being the youngest, will be then going to our suite with a babysitter during the evening reception. And if you have any evening reception plans, you should go to your favorite podcast platform, search up OK Storytime, and what will be waiting for them to go to?
Literally 47 days worth of podcasts that you can listen to.
Sorry if this makes us the a-holes for wanting our own children there, which you are. They are in the wedding party, but that's how all of our friends and family that have got married have done it and not had any other children. And never in a million years would I ask our first-time parent friends to travel across the world to our wedding without their 6-month-old. As it currently stands, she is coming alone and Jeff isn't attending. But I have been warned by my in-laws not to put it past her and try to change her allocated seat at the wedding breakfast or try and cause a scene on the day. I could give 100 stories on the couple to give you a better understanding of their character and the drama they have caused. She's practically estranged from her family since meeting him, but I don't have the time. And we do if you ever do want to do it again. And if you guys have any crazy stories, go to r/OKStorytime and submit them.
I am fed up with my toxic mother-in-law, so I confronted her on Christmas.
Just because it's Jesus' birthday doesn't mean we can't do a little confrontation.
It's exactly what it sounds like. They pushed me and I lost my crap. She celebrates on Christmas Eve, and I haven't really spoken to anyone in my husband's family about it for 5 months. By the way, this comes from Aggressive Nice Girl, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. His grandmother passed away in June, and we had to deal with them for services, etc. Before that, I hadn't talked to them in 4 years. When my father passed away in 2020, they couldn't be bothered to reach out, but tried to guilt my husband into checking on his brother because he was so sick from the vid. After that, and a barrage of texts telling me that I was the reason the whole family wasn't close anymore, 26 years together, by the way, I was done. But alas, Grandma passed and my husband loved her more than anything. His grandma was more of a mother to my husband than mother-in-law ever was. Mother-in-law made the service an entire spectacle. She acted like she hadn't thrown her mother into a home and left her there to rot. She acted like we were this huge happy family and started trying to plan birthdays together, holidays together, etc. I was polite and smiled and did my best to help with anything and just stay busy. She tried inviting herself to my adult son's birthday lunch. He didn't want her there either. Our son calls them the holiday family, but he's more neutral and tells me to chill and let it go. Holiday family's brutal. She did exactly what I said she would and tried using this as a way to bring my husband back into her life and make him a little holiday card family puppet like her other children. They all 3 do whatever she wants and never miss a holiday picture. They cannot fathom that my husband is married and has his own nuclear family with our own traditions. In October, I had enough of his brother randomly approaching us in public after he had been told to stay away from me. If I have to see him at a family thing, that's fine, but leave me alone. He actually was at a restaurant we were and decided to pay for our dinner. I was livid. This guy called me terrible things because he thought my husband didn't go to a family barbecue because of me. He is not allowed to speak to me, but pays for my dinner? No, thank you. I sent a text in the group chat and told him to stop, to leave me alone and not speak to me unless spoken to, and that I wanted nothing to do with him. He can have a relationship with his brother and leave me out of it. I'm a monster again, and it has been blessedly quiet for 2 months. Thanksgiving, she asked my husband for us all to go to her house. No thanks, babe, but you go ahead and stop by and see your family. He didn't. And we had dinner at our house with my son and his girlfriend in our pajamas watching Deadpool like we usually do. She texted him that he was the only one missing at her table. Now, this woman cannot cook. She store-bought all of it just for show, and never has she ever been a matriarch that hosts a big family event like that. I used to cook and invite them, but now I no longer do. Christmas, she wanted him there. I told him to go to her Christmas Eve thing for a bit. My mom's in town and I'll be fine. He declined. We went to dinner with my mom, sister, and son. Then I came home and drank wine and watched White Christmas, quiet and calm. He texts mother-in-law on Christmas Day to say Merry Christmas. No response all day. From her, or any of the siblings. And after about 3 glasses of wine, I text her that it was crappy she couldn't even respond to her son. She responded that he didn't show up for her event, and so she was done letting us hurt her and make her look stupid. He never said he was going, by the way. There was back and forth, and when she texted me that I needed to remember where I came from and that they accepted me in spite of it, I lost my crap.
Oh, boy.
I told her that I know where I came from and that she should remember and watch her old booty mouth, or I would watch it for her. I told her that I have no idea how my husband is so great when he came from her effed up family. I know I crossed the line there. And I feel bad because it puts my husband in a bad position, but also feel validated in her family saying that they look down on me for my upbringing and childhood. But my husband and I have made our own way in life with no help from anyone. We own multiple properties, work hard, and have raised an amazing a-hole of a kid. Okay.
Hey, at least she's being honest.
I know the fallout from this kind of threat will be big. I'm prepared for that. Hell, I am mean, but I feel like a grade A booty hole for putting my husband in this position. Husband said that he's not mad, but just didn't think it needed to be on Christmas. Because he's great, and I'm an evil villain who can't keep a mouth shut. That is all. We do have some comments here. Riley, what are you thinking?
I don't really see where our good OP is coming from, if that makes sense. I understand that she's been fed up and this has been happening over who knows how long. Why are we poking the bear on Christmas? You like to be calm. Did you feel bored? Did you want to get something off your chest?
She had 3 glasses of wine. She's like, you know what? You're being extra mean to my husband.
I don't know.
Riley, it's the season of giving. So she's giving stress.
It freaking sounds like it.
I mean,
yeah.
Being like, you need to remember your place. Being like,
that's wild. That is wild to say.
Oh, you mean the place how I'm your your son's wife?
Yeah.
That place? The place where your son married me because I'm so cool? And you suck?
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of where Katrina Rain, she threatened to fight her husband's mom regardless of where the F you from. That's out of pocket. That is a very out of pocket.
Comment number 1.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch. Really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
Honestly, people have gotten way too comfortable with being disrespectful. They either hide behind a computer screen and say things anonymously that would get their booty rocked if they said it in person, or like your mother-in-law counts on the fact that it might cause problems in your relationship if you came back at her as hard as she comes for you. Unfortunately for her, you're the human equivalent of the find out in the F around and find out. OP replied, absolutely. My husband and I talked today, and he's meeting her tomorrow to deal with what she said and let her know that she is completely wrong. He always tries to be nice, but he had enough. He was number one, and there is an update. He went to meet her, and she immediately tried to boo-hoo and ask why I hate her so much and won't let him have holidays with his family. He shut that down and told her that he is a grown man, and it's offensive that she continues to say that I control him and he can't make his own decisions. He told her that it was his choice not to go and that he never committed to it or even asked me if I wanted to go. He said it was him that chooses not to go over on holidays because he has his own family and home that he prefers. He also told her that she was out of line with what she said to me and that in turn, I was out of line with her, that she needed to leave me alone in the future and that if he wants to have a relationship with her, that it was up to him and not his wife. She continued to keep saying that she doesn't even remember why we didn't talk for 4 years, but that after her mother passed away, she thought we were letting bygones be bygones. He told her that no, that I was civil for his sake, but that I didn't want a relationship with her when she couldn't even be bothered to apologize to me. And how could we just move forward with no acknowledgement of the way they spoke to me and treated me? How could she think that I would ever go to her home when they let me know how they feel about me? Not gonna happen. Husband was firm that she is to leave me alone and reach out to only him in the future. The best part is that the gifts that she went out of her way to get us was a bottle of whiskey for my husband who doesn't drink and a clearly re-gifted cheap bottle of wine for me. I was upset that he brought the wine home as I told him not to bring me anything from her, and he said it was for both of us. Sure. He just didn't want to twist the knife anymore. I'll give him that one because I know it's already a hard thing for him to deal with his mother. I just chucked it in the trash and didn't think of it again. And by the way, don't chuck us in the trash. And you can think of us for 47 consecutive days, in fact. All you need to do is listen to full episodes with stories like this on your podcast platform of choice, be it Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get podcasts from. Just search OK Storytime. I dare you. It's been blissfully quiet in my house, but I did hear that she unleashed her crazy entitlement on one of his cousins, and that did give me a chuckle when my cousin called me to vent. Not sure how to move forward from this. I know it bothers my husband that I don't want to be around his family, but the cat is out of the bag, and she outright acknowledged that she thinks I'm beneath them. Ooh. I'm just so tired of the anger that I have for them. I would like to find a way, but I don't think I can ever look at her or his siblings and not remember how they treated me and the vile things said to me. And now I'm rambling. Here's to a quiet and peaceful coming year. Well, that is the end of that story.